Hi students, now I want to talk about hyperbola. Hyperbola is same as, we can say it's look like the ellipse but in a different roles. There's a little change in the role of ellipse and hyperbola. Hyperbola is this shape. It's composed of two parabola. If we have horizontal and we have vertical. Okay? We are going to study hyperbola by ellipse. Look, this is an ellipse, the graph of an ellipse. You can think about ellipse like an egg. You see, an egg is a shape of ellipse but in 3 dimensions. Okay, if we crack this egg, this is an egg. If we crack this egg like this, if we crack it and then we rotate their faces toward each other, okay, so it becomes this. So when we crack this egg like this and when we rotate those two, it becomes parabola. So this is horizontal shape. How can we know this? The rule of this x minus h square over a square plus y minus k square over b square is equal to 1. How I know this? This is horizontal because a is written under x. We have same thing for this one, x minus h square over a square and y minus k square over b square is equal to 1. There is a little change between this rule and this rule, only the sign. Here we have negative, okay? So here we have negative. And how can I know this is a horizontal? Because x is in a positive part, but y is a negative part. So x is positive, so it is horizontal because x is a horizontal axis. So we can say, by this idea, we can know that this is a horizontal hyperbola. Let me talk about something else. Here we have c. C is equal to, c square is equal to a square. Opposite of plus is minus b square. Same as here, not need to memorize a rule for finding c. C square is equal to a square, this time not minus, plus. Opposite of minus is plus b square. Can you see the changes between ellipse and hyperbola? It's only the sign, okay? And also we can say the idea for horizontal or vertical. Now let's go to the vertical hyperbola. We can study on vertical hyperbola by vertical ellipse. The rule for this is x minus h square over b square this time plus y minus k square over a square is equal to 1. Here we have a square and y, so we can say that y is vertical, ellipse is vertical shape. But here there is a change. Why? Because this is vertical, we can say y is positive. Y minus k square minus x minus k square is equal to 1 over, of course, a square plus b square. And also we have c square is equal to a square, opposite of minus is plus b square. Guys, here why we bring it x to the end of the equation and this one to the beginning of the equation, because y must be positive because this is vertical shape. When we crack, sorry, my phone is okay. When we crack this ellipse like this is an egg, and rotate it, it becomes a vertical shape. So this is the rule for vertical shape. And now let's talk about something else. We have axis we have major axis and minor axis. Here we don't have major axis and minor axis. We have focal axis and non-focal. This is, we don't have an axis here, but this is focal axis and non-focal axis. This is a focal axis from here to here is called focal axis. When the focal axis is horizontal, so x is positive, and when the focal axis vertical, y is positive. Those are all the rules. And let's talk about the elements, h and k. H and k. We have also for this point h and k. This is a vertex, same as we had here, vertex, vertex. But we don't have secondary vertex because we crack it and this goes to the end. How can I know this? We have to find by a. We can say when we take this point to here, only h will change, k will remain. So we can say h plus, same as the ellipse, plus a. And this one, sorry, not plus, minus for this one, and for this one is plus. We can say h minus a with, this is a, with k. And we have another thing here, focis. Focis is this. Those 2 points is foci. Be careful, in hyperbola, it may a smaller than b, it's okay. For example, this is 4 and this is 16. C is maybe smaller than, not smaller, always greater than a and b. But in here, a, not b, I don't mean b. In here, C may be smaller than, it must be smaller than A, okay? But here, C must be smaller than, A greater than B. Look, this is A and this is C. So we can say H minus C with K. Here we have H plus C with K. Okay? This is all about this. There's 2 more things. We have 2 extra lines. Here we have a line and we have another line here. We call this slant, okay? This is a slant asymptotes. So we can say y, the rule for this one, y is equal to k, okay, plus, pay attention on this red fraction, and x minus h. We will write down the same thing for this one. Y is equal to k plus, we have a fraction and x minus h. Guys, be careful. One of them we have plus for this one and minus for this one, and same as for the other one. So we have to write plus and minus, okay? Plus and minus. So y equal to k plus and minus b over a, x minus h. And for this one also we have y equal to k plus or minus a over b, x minus h. This is the rule for writing the slants. We have 2 slants. Now I want to explain one more thing that we have in some examples. For example, it says a point is moving on the hyperbola. This is, let's say this is a point is moving on the hyperbola. When we say this is a point on a hyperbola, it means we have x and y. This x and y, the distance between 2 focis, it will be constant. For example, the distance between this and this will be constant when this point comes to here or here, or it goes like this. So the distance, for example, this is 10 centimeter, okay? When this point changes to there, go to there, it will be again constant. It has a constant distance. I hope you understand this very well. Don't forget to not memorize every rule. you can connect the rule of ellipse to the hyperbola. The hyperbola will be so easier when you think about the ellipse. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you understand very well. Bye.